you own your imperfection, they become your asset. Your vulnerability, if you accept it, you turn it into strength.
And that is exactly what you've done.
And now I became the woman I wanted to be, and I want every woman to become the woman they want to be.
Designer Diane von Furstenberg, so legendary she's often known as just DVF.
I want you to be strong.
A feminist icon whose sleek and chic looks have been loved by actresses, first ladies, and royalty alike.
She was one of the first women who broke through the glass ceiling in business.
For decades, a staple and pillar in the fashion world. After creating the wrap dress that revolutionized women's wardrobes in the 70s.
The adventure of my own life has been incredible.
Fashion tycoon.
Influencer.
Feminist icon.
I was in charge of my destiny.
Now, she's giving an in-depth look at her extraordinary life and legacy.
I created the wrap dress and I wrapped America around.
In a new documentary, Diane von Furstenberg, Woman in Charge.
I don't think there's any life that's a boring life. I think every life is interesting if you pay attention to it. Having said that, I've had a very big life.
Born in Belgium as Diane Halfen, the daughter of a Holocaust survivor, her mother, Lily, giving birth just 18 months after surviving Auschwitz concentration camp.
Your mother, she is present throughout the documentary as she was in your life.
I was a miracle. She used to say, God saved me so that I can give you life. By giving you life, you gave me my life back. You are my torch of freedom.
Working in fashion throughout Europe, from her humble beginnings into high society. In 1969, she married a German prince, Egon von Furstenberg, and into a glamorous, liberated lifestyle.
It was a time of free love.
We thought nothing could be better for you than promiscuity.
We all had many lovers. David Bowie and Mick Jagger, that's a great story. I was having a man's life in a woman's body. Yes, God, yes.
You did not shy away from discussing the many loves that you've had in your life.
I was married to a very young, attractive man who was very promiscuous. I wasn't going to be a victim. I wasn't going to be, you know, the jealous wife. And I navigated the best I could. I had many lovers in my life, and I am very happy I had every one of them. That's for sure.
Diane, also finding happiness in her career and grabbing acclaim with her iconic wrap dress, first introduced 50 years ago.
I used to resent, why does the wrap dress always, you know, come after my name? And then I came to accept it and like it. And yes, I created the wrap dress, but really it's the wrap dress that created me.
DVF, going on to sell millions of them worldwide. She says creating a uniform for women in charge of their futures.
You talk about the impact and the influence you've had. I love how Marc Jacobs said you were probably the original influencer.
But it happened by an accident. We went around the country, and because I was successful, I was sharing my confidence. The confidence comes from within, when you're true to yourself.
The dress and success, catapulting her beyond a jet-set princess, minting her as a bona fide designer and household name. But it wasn't always easy.
My company was in trouble.
She said, I hated my life. I felt like a failure.
I had to take back my business and reinvent my life.
Her signature style, making multiple returns into the cultural zeitgeist, QVC giving her designs a renaissance in the 1990s. And still today, finding new fans.
It's timeless.
And the funny thing is that every 20 years, it's the very young girls who rediscover it.
How does that make you feel when you know that new generation discovers you?
I can't believe it. And then this is from the 70s. It's actually a wrap top with a skirt. It's a two-piece.
Because
originally it started with a two-piece. And then I thought, oh, I should put it together. And then it was a wrap.
Fashion fame came while raising two children she had with Prince Egon.
You admitted that you were not there all the time
Right.
for them, but you have no regrets not being there in those formative years
No,
with your
wait
children?
a minute. I lived with my children, and my mother was there 6 months of the year. But, you know, I traveled a lot. I don't think I neglected them. They think, oh, but you weren't there. But if I judge the results, I did really good. I did really good.
A tight-knit family, even after divorcing Egon in 1983. They stayed close until his death in 2004 from AIDS.
AIDS had a huge impact on my family.
I never stopped loving him. I was with Egon when he died.
DVF also recounting a devastating diagnosis she was determined not to let slow her down.
At 47, you were diagnosed with cancer. And many people who have gone through cancer, they say it helps change your perspective or gives you a new perspective. Did that happen with you?
Yes, of course. You have to own it. You have to understand what's wrong. You have to understand what the doctor can do. And then you are 50% responsible for the rest. And how you handle it. From where I lived to the hospital to my office, I realized was like a V. So I would walk like that, the blocks, making a perfect V for victory.
The doc, filmed over the course of a year, also offering a glimpse at a woman who has embraced aging on her own terms.
I don't understand why so many people do not embrace age. I've always been attracted by wrinkles. You know, age means living. I am 77 years old, okay? 77, that's a lot, but I own them. Aging is great because first of all, if you're my age, you know that you've already lived, right? Instead of asking people how old you are, you should say, how many years have you lived?
That includes decades spent with her now second husband, media tycoon Barry Diller.
Why are people so fascinated by your relationship?
Our relationship is so unique. Barry was very introverted when I met him. He was chairman of Paramount Pictures. He was 32 years old. I was 27. He always remained the presence in my life. The other men were always jealous of him. We always knew that one day we would be married. And we did, and we have an extraordinary relationship.
An extraordinary relationship in the extraordinary life of an extraordinary woman.
Everybody always wants to talk about legacy when we all reach a certain stage.
My legacy is many things. It's first and foremost my family, obviously, and I'm very proud of that. My legacy is the body of work. I am very happy to say that I'm the designer who makes uniforms for the women in charge.
What is the biggest lesson from having that early success that you did?
I think the biggest lesson is to be true to yourself. Because if you are true to yourself, you are free.
Our thanks to Robin. Diane von Furstenberg, Woman in Charge, is out June 25th on Hulu.